Continuing our coverage of the Korean War and Memorial Day during the month of June, we're here in Osan at the UN Peace Park. The Battle of Osan was the site of the first confrontation between the UN forces consisting of Task Force Smith of the United States against the North Korean forces. Towards the beginning of the war, the US was really caught off guard and was underprepared for what the North Korean forces had. So Task Force Smith was charged with slowing down the North Korean forces, allowing the rest of the UN forces to regroup further south in Pyeongtaek. Here at the UN Peace Park, they have an exhibition where you can learn more about the Korean War and the Battle of Osan. So let's go ahead and check that out, and I will see you guys inside. Task Force Smith consisted of 540 infantry along with an artillery battery and were flown in from Japan to help delay the North Korean forces and buy time for more US units to be sent to Korea. On July 4th, Task Force Smith dug in at Osan, setting up on the ridges to get a better view of the incoming North Korean forces. At the outbreak of the Korean War, the U.S. had started downsizing its forces in the Pacific after World War II, and Task Force Smith was sent under strength and using outdated equipment that wasn't able to affect the North Korean tanks. Despite this, the artillery crews were able to disable several T-34 tanks. Undergunned and undermanned, Task Force Smith was able to hold their lines for 3 hours before Smith ordered a withdrawal of the forces back to the American lines. They were able to delay the North Korean advance for 7 hours, accomplishing their mission. In total, Task Force Smith lost 40% of its unit. 60 years later, the city of Osan set up a monument to honor the sacrifices of Task Force Smith in these opening moments of the Korean War. At the Peace Park, they have a museum where you can learn more about Task Force Smith along with the Battle of Osan. If you're visiting Korea, I encourage you to check out places like the Peace Park in Osan, along with the War Memorial of Korea, so you can get a better understanding of the history and sacrifices made in this country. Korea is more than just K-pop and K-dramas, and by visiting these places, you can better understand the modern country that you see here today. Korea is often considered the forgotten war because it was overshadowed by the previous World War II and the following Vietnam War. So I'm hoping that by doing videos like this, you guys can learn a little something more about the Korean War and how it shaped the country that you guys see here today. So that's going to do it for this video. If you guys want to learn more about the Korean War, or if you want to learn more about different parts of Korea, go ahead and let me know into the comments. And until next time, this is Harold with South Korea Travels. See you guys on the next adventure.